It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, Shandies indeed. I think it's going to become a thing sometime soon. But yes, Graham, now with issues like load shedding affecting the country on a regular basis and poaching at an all-time high, tourism has taken somewhat of a knock in the past year. But one travelled expert believes that there are still a lot of reasons why South Africa and the continent as a whole is still the ultimate travel destination. And in fact, with us in studio to tell us why is Deborah Calmeyer, international travel expert and CEO of Raw Africa. Great to have you here.
Thank you so much.
So, so as a primary focus, you like to bring tourists from China and America over to our country to have this once-in-a-lifetime travel experience. What's the current state of our tourism market right now?
Look, I think, you know, it all depends about how you talk about it. In America, Africa is still a fascination.
Yes.
It's still very new in China. It's undiscovered territory. Make no mistake, this is a life-changing experience. And, you know, I think people living overseas are very encouraging. They want to share Africa. When you come from Africa, you never stop wanting to share it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a hard sell.
It's not a hard sell. I think there are negatives that one has to overcome. We've got to make visa processes easier. We've got to have guides that speak different languages, that understand the cultures of different people, and can welcome our tourists here.
And maybe, in effect, to also educate us as travellers in our own country, what are some of the more unusual experiences that one can have out there?
I think it's hard to educate South Africans on unusual experiences. They're all so creative and inventive. But, I mean, look, going out and sleeping under the stars in the Makgadikgadi Plains of Botswana, that was a very unique and unusual experience for me last year. Taking a microlight over Victoria Falls was definitely one of the more adventurous things that I've done. I like taking people deeper into a more intimate experience, taking them to the Tracking Academy in Craft-Rennet, where they can learn and understand the ancient art of tracking. That was fascinating even to us as South Africans, something we don't know anything about. But for an American, seeing that and then going on a safari and really getting that deeper dive is an amazing experience.
And can you look at a spoor and tell a few stories
No,
about
I
the animal?
certainly can't. Maybe a lion, but that's about it.
Now, of course, one of the primary magnets that attract all these tourists is our wildlife, which is absolutely amazing. And you've just recently returned from China, where you spoke about something that you call the final hour, which focuses on the dissemination of our wildlife and focusing on rhinos, elephants and lion. What do you think is the possible solution to the problem that we're having right now, where thousands and thousands of these precious animals are being just terminated for no good reason at all?
I mean, the big answer is education. You know, I bought Oprah's, the Oprah of China, should I say, out to South Africa.
Yes.
She didn't understand any of this. She then, on safari, got the idea of, you know, what was actually happening with rhino. She started tweeting. She has 55 million followers.
Wow.
When I spoke in China, it was broadcasted to 200 million people. It's hard to even understand. But those people now understand, you know, ivory is not an elephant's tooth. It's actually a tusk, and the elephant dies for that. That rhino horn doesn't solve cancer or increase libido.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think people understanding that, coming to Africa and experiencing those animals and seeing and understanding what the loss of those animals would mean to our local communities, to us as human beings, and to our whole travel industry.
It's great that we're having those conversations, especially with influential people like the lady that you're talking about there. But talk to me a little bit about life in New York. I think probably every youngster's dream out there. How does it compare to life here in Mzansi? And are you considering coming back?
I come back all the time, thankfully, because I miss it desperately. It's intense. It's intense. It's exciting. It's certainly wonderful being a woman CEO there. They're incredible.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Networkers, and you know, people are fascinated by what I talk about every day. So I feed my homesickness by being able to talk about Africa and bring people here and experience the things I've been lucky enough to grow up with.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for being here this morning and doing the great work that you are.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for
Deborah.
having me.
Oh, wow. So there you have it, as simple as that. In fact, look, there's no need to fly halfway across the world to just get outside or to get what you get outside our own doorstep, destinations that people are really wanting to experience right here in our own backyard. So go out and explore our beautiful country while collecting Avios, and you can do this by getting an Avios credit card, and you can get up to 4,500 Avios in your first 3 months. And of course, with that, you can use those rewards and those Avios to collect towards your next local flight. But stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show right now. Let's find out what you can expect on SABC3 tonight with Top Billing.